What's up traders, Red here with another trading update. In this video, I'll show you exactly how I saved my Topstep live account, well kind of, and as well as the crazy trade I took on my Paria account. If you like seeing the real side of day trading, wins, losses and all, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on all of the insights when it comes to actually day trading. But I want to give you guys a warning before I tell you what happened today. Do not try this at home. I do not condone this kind of gambling behavior. I only did it for this particular situation that I'm in right now that I'm sure very few of you will find yourself in. It was a lose-lose situation and an all or nothing moment for this very specific case and trading account. I still follow my strict plan and rules for my per dia account, and look at that. I actually profited because I actually followed my plan. If you need a refresher on my Topstep drama, go watch yesterday's video. I'll link it in the description below. But I couldn't trade my usual 1 E-mini contract, so I was capped at 2 micro contracts. So what I did today was all or nothing, no stop loss trade. Either I lose it all, whatever I've left, $190, or I make enough to get my balance to $300. Now you might ask, why $300? Well, I can start trading 1 E-mini contract with a $300 balance, or at least I thought so at the time. But also I can take the minimum payout of $150, which would be the 50% of the $300 balance. At this point, I think I would rather take that payout, probably my last one on this account, and potentially use it towards my XFA or maybe fund other evals. I still have to decide what I would do with the remaining $150 after the payout. And honestly, I might do what I did today, who knows? But for fun, right? But guys, remember, this goes against everything I've learned and stand for and talk about on this channel. So do not do this, okay? But hey, at least it was entertaining to watch. So let me show you what happened. So if we go back to what happened today, and yeah, this is what I did with 2 micro contracts, ES. So if I zoom out, this morning had the most disgusting price action I've seen in a long time. Other than this huge move at New York Open, it was just grindy and very slow and, consolidating for hours and hours. But I had 2 micro ES contracts to work with, all or nothing. My only strategy for this going in was the 10 a.m. reversal. So I went short 2 micro ES contracts at 10 a.m. That's it. That's all I did. I had no idea if this would work. I've stared at enough charts to know something like this happens from time to time at 10 a.m. I know there's the ICT like silver bullet, 10 a.m. macro, some sort of 10 a.m. reversal stuff, but I didn't care about the accuracy of my entry. I had no stop loss. I just wanted to get the direction right. And clearly I entered too early. So 10 a.m. is right here. I was sweating through all of these push-ups. It just wouldn't break down for like 40 minutes. And I think my biggest drawdown at this point is like $110, which is, if you think about it, isn't too bad considering like I'm like what, 51 ticks off of my entry, but I still had about $80 of drawdown left, which would be like around maybe up here. So I had this much room left, I guess. So after waiting 40 minutes and sweating through all of this, it finally started to roll over and then it started to pick up speed. And I think this level is like right where I would hit my $300 balance. Like literally this tick, this low is my like $300 mark, but then it started to bounce because I had to wait just a little bit longer to account for the fees, right? So I was going to wait just a little longer and started to bounce. Thinking back, I should have set a limit order to close maybe at this low or maybe a little bit lower, but I just couldn't figure it out because I've never set like on the fly limit order before because my trades would always be like a bracket order, right? And Topstep just wouldn't let me set the limit if I was in a OCO bracket setting or something, whatever. Like I just couldn't figure it out in time. And all I wanted was the price to go down just a little bit more, like just so I can close the trade. But, after it bounced and then came back down, or it just would not go beyond this low until like this candle. I think I closed my trade right here. And look what happened after I closed it. It started going back up again. Yeah, in hindsight, it eventually broke down. But who knows? Like if I saw the price moving up like this, I might have closed up here early. Because after all of this consolidation, like the price just totally could have bounced back and go for this high. But after it bounced, it went back to this grindy, consolidating price action, and then eventually it started to break down pretty much a lot here. And then it started to consolidate again. So today was very grindy, very slow, like it was painful to watch. And if I look at the whole day from where I entered, of course, in hindsight, you know, what if I just held all day? What if this? What if that? But I recognize that I was extremely lucky. It just worked out on this, you know, random idea that I had, and the price just happened to reverse around 10 a.m. Again, I don't recommend this behavior. This is not financial advice. This is not trading advice. This is like nothing. Don't even like attempt this. Do not trade like this. Well, the good news is that I gained $114 from this trade with 2 micro ES contracts, putting my balance just over 300. And I don't know if I recorded it, but you can probably see me try to set an order for E-mini contract, and I did find out that it does work with $300 balance. So now I'm wondering if like $200 would have been enough, because I was at 190, 191 before, and maybe that's why it didn't work. And I'll test this theory out if my $150 payout goes through and gets approved, because then I'll have another 150 left. And I'll probably just do 2 micros again, get it somewhere around $200, and then take that one last E-mini trade. If I win, I'll keep going as normal. If not, I'll move on to the XFAs. And that's my plan, at least for now. Obviously, I reserve the right to change my mind. There are definitely no videos or like people going through this that I've seen. So I'm kind of improvising, kind of like figuring things out as I go. You know, I don't recommend that you guys do what I did, but you know, this is like what I can come up with what I know. And while all of this was happening, I didn't see any other like actual setups for my per D account until like later in the day. And honestly, I feel like I got lucky on this one too, guys, even though I followed my plan. So let's zoom in. So I went short right here, and look at that entry. I guarantee you that I wouldn't have been filled on my Topstep live account when this happened. But since it was per dia, it's a sim account, it tagged me in really fast, and it never looked back. If you look at this candle, if we zoom in, it never actually hit my TP, and then the next candle started to reverse, started to go up. So at first, I was like, no freaking way, don't tell me it's gonna reverse from here. But thankfully, it was able to hit my TP on the next candle. Comment down below if you would have sold after you see the price go back up after coming down this low. As I mentioned before, the only time I would intervene in my trades is if the price hits the TP and I don't get filled. Otherwise, I don't touch it. The reason is that I don't trust myself to close the trades manually. Like if I were to see this price go up like this and then I close manually, the 10 or 12 ticks I would lose every time I do this would start adding up to a bigger loss than if like one trade reversed on me. It sucks mentally if I get a trade that reverses, but I trust my plan and I just trust math. And it was also part of my plan that if I don't get filled on taps like this on the first touch and then the price hits my TP, I would cancel any open orders that didn't get filled, because look what happened when the price came back. I would have been stopped out. So let's say if I did put on an order on my Topstep account and I didn't get filled and then this happened, I would have canceled my Topstep order. Sometimes the price does revisit my entry and then hits my original TP again, but I've seen enough of it not doing that to like know that I just prefer to cancel when that happens. So yeah, it got dicey for a second, but I was in and out in this trade pretty quick. So yeah, 2 trades today on each account, and today was once again a crazy day. At least until I get my payout approved on Topstep, I probably shouldn't trade on this account. So I'll put it on pause until that's resolved, and I'll let you guys know what I do with it with the remaining 150. In the meantime, I'll just keep growing the per dia account. It's good to finally see some green on the board. I did live stream again this morning, and I had a good time talking to some of you guys. Come by tomorrow at New York Open if you guys can. If I happen to see a setup, you'll get to see me take the trades live. And that's all the update I have for you guys. Once again, I had a crazy day today. I hope you guys enjoyed what I had to share. Please give it a like if you enjoyed it and subscribe to the channel. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. This has been Red signing out. Peace.